Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Coach's Box. We have a full house here tonight. We are live from Herculaneum La Pachanga Mexican Restaurant, and we have quite the motley crew.
That's sad.
Isn't it? I mean...
Shots coming right out of the gate.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So it begins.
We have... Jim Powers of the High School Sports Caravan and On the Move with the Caravan has joined us. Jim, good to see you.
I'm glad to be here finally. Glad to see all you guys. And football season's here. Let's get this thing cranked up tomorrow night. Or, on Friday night.
It's good. I can see McVey fit us in a schedule this week.
Some of us are busier than others. I don't know what to tell you. We don't get to wheel around everywhere we go.
I still move a lot better than you do.
Here we go.
Listen.
Deep in here. Watch out.
Let's not shoot all the ammunition in the first 5 minutes. We got to pace ourselves a little bit.
Do we though?
I'm just glad I still signed off on the off the rails mantra. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, without you, Jim, we wouldn't have Off the Rails Media.
That's right.
Just so you know.
Trademark it. Get some money out of this guy over here.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Somehow.
We have some surprise announcements later on that will recoup all of that off the rails
Absolutely.
money.
Oh, nice.
Well, what money?
No money.
Yeah,
Free.
So before we get going into all of our topics this evening, in case you don't know or haven't done it, which if you haven't done it, I really question your intelligence.
That's a way to encourage the viewers.
Listen, we are giving away 2 free.
Yeah, we just lost 10 viewers.
Exactly.
They weren't important anyway at that point. We're giving away 2 free all-inclusive Cardinals tickets. There's a drawing. All you have to do, you can scan the code. You can sign up. All you need to do for sure, at least, is subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get more entries if you do that. If you subscribe to Apple Podcasts, if you're an Apple phone user, if you're a Samsung user, well, sorry. Don't know what to tell you. But you can also follow us on Twitter and get some entries. Hey, and you know what? If you have a significant other, they can also enter too. And Jason, how much does it cost to enter the contest?
I think even 74 times will be free.
Free.
It's free to enter.
74 times.
Yes. If you have 74 relatives.
But we're on, episode 1?
This is 119.
So it's way more than 74.
Man,
We're 19.
We're going strong.
It's 119.
Oh, yeah. We've got 119 free.
I mean, we have enough episodes now where I've lost count, so that's a good thing, I think.
The only thing we got to worry about next is number 200.
Oh,
that's the next milestone.
It'll be here before you know it.
It will be.
We can do 150.
Yeah,
150. Yeah.
We are coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Coach's Box TCB production / Off the Rails Media birth.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Since it morphed in from one to the next. But anyway, if you haven't entered, you need to. If your significant other hasn't entered, they need to. It is all free. We don't put anything behind a paywall. We had our broadcast of the Jamboree at St. Pius last weekend. And Zach, how much do we charge the folks to watch that?
Carry the two. Nothing.
Nothing.
It was free.
We didn't charge you a dime. We won't do that. That's part of our thing. We don't like high school sports behind paywalls. So,
by the way, I watched that over the weekend. And phenomenal job by the two.
Yeah, it was
very,
awesome.
very good.
It was really
thank
good,
you.
guys.
You know,
If this teaching thing doesn't work out, maybe we can.
Miller, they
Well, hey, you still got to do it for free.
Miller, they acted like
Hold on, I could just go
like
back
he
to
was
college.
carrying you, but I didn't agree. I listened to it and I thought Miller carried him.
I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was
was really good.
listen, guys.
I didn't listen to it. Are you kidding me?
Professional out of this group.
Hey,
I didn't watch it. Are you kidding me?
anything. It could be the greatest thing. We could win an Emmy or something, and he'd still be like, "Nah, McVey, you're horrible."
I don't watch
I
any
would
kind
never
of
say
TV
that.
whatsoever.
Chris had a ton of football knowledge
Why?
that I never
You know
realized he
why?
realized.
Who was the
Hold on.
last person he coached football with?
Oh, this guy.
Yes.
This guy.
Why do you think I'm sitting between these two tonight?
So we don't talk about cell phones in school.
You see,
You all
told
keep
me not to
bringing
go
it up.
there.
Why
and
did you
you
bring it up?
Beating a dead horse.
Because I can do that.
Moved on
Because I can mute you.
for weeks ago now.
So Zach, why don't we?
let's get this
Let's
thing
get right
started.
into. Let's get into the show. We're 7 minutes in. We ain't talked about Jack and Squat.
So today,
He's got a fancy. It's all typed up.
Prepared today
Man.
because I took last week off. I figured
Oh, well, yeah. Figured you better get prepared.
be prepared this week. So
Oh gosh.
football's coming up, fellas. So
Is
this
it?
is going to be the pigskin preview episode. But in the tradition of football, we're already going to call an audible, and we're going to add the Pujols and pigskin preview. How awesome has it been watching him?
Oh,
Fantastic.
I scared Weston the other night when he hit that second homer. It almost made him cry because I was screaming so much.
It was awesome. And it wasn't Broniel I was screaming about, even though he has been hitting a lot better. But go ahead.
Were you screaming last night when he decided to finally show up like you were at a Night Ranger concert back in the late 80s?
And we beat him.
Oh, that was.
Well, we just saw here a few minutes ago, Arenado got thrown out, and then they went to break, and so we don't know if Marvel got thrown out. So we don't know that. But, no, I mean, Albert is just, and living, up in the city, it's just unbelievable. I mean, the atmosphere around the stadium has just been unreal. It's almost like some people have been comparing it to the World Series, back in, I think it was 11 or 12.
11.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people are comparing this whole thing to. And it's been really, really cool to, see that. And yes, all the doubters, Albert's doing what he's needed to do, and finally he's starting.
It's funny that you say that, because I think there's a doubter right there next to you that acted like Pujols was going to come here and bat like 180 and not do crap.
Not this guy.
Oh, yes, you
hold on,
did.
time out. I was the one for 3 years saying, "Hey, we should have re-signed Pujols."
True.
So no, biggest Pujols fan right here.
But you didn't think. I think he's going to get it. I think he's
I
going to
hope
do
he
it.
does.
I think he
that
does.
would be so
Yes.
cool.
If he wouldn't have gone on the tear that he has since the All-Star break, okay, but he's 7 away now. I think he gets it. It's
He's
just
gotta
a matter.
play. He's got to be in the lineup
He's
every day.
But like I was saying, the bottom line is if you're going against him and you're the Brewers or you're somebody that wants to play spoiler, are you going to trot out a lefty? Probably not.
No way.
They're going to have to let him go to work against righties. But
He is tonight in the lineup.
look what he's doing against right-hand pitching ever since the All-Star break. He's batting .462, I think, since the All-Star break.
Wait. He single-handedly beat the Cubs on a pitch that was thrown at his eyelashes. He smoked the hell out of
Yeah,
him.
you're right.
It was a
Ripped it.
fastball. I hit it.
And then, and then to
Fastball
make
I hit very, very good.
that, it wasn't very fast, but he turned it around pretty fast.
I
Yes,
just
he
put
did.
in a good swing.
And then on top of that, making a play at the end.
Yes.
Oh, he's looked good in the field when he's played in the
Yeah,
field.
he has. Yes, he has.
And they played him in the right time. So
All right,
they haven't
so-
really pushed him in the field.
So
much.
I think that it's. It just makes you feel like a little kid. That's how I feel
I
about
liken it to, you said the
I
World
get
Series.
goosebumps.
I liken it to going back and watching McGuire when
Yes.
I was a kid.
Right.
In high school,
Excitement.
when we were
McGuire
kids
and Sosa
we were
and all
kids in
that.
high
That's what it
school.
reminds me of.
Jarvis was
10 years into teaching, and we were just getting ready to graduate.
he was in a 6-year college.
What was it, 99 when that happened?
98, yeah.
98. I was still in college. I was on the vacation.
The 8th year.
I graduated in
And I
94.
still
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
And I still can't believe
numbers.
I'm the oldest one sitting here at this table right now.
94 to 98. I was still in college. I graduated in 94. Can you add 4 years to
No.
that and figure it out?
Public school math. Can't add it.
If it's in Canada, man,
I want all you guys
Wait.
to know that I roasted Blair today at school. So
Even better.
I
Please
have a
tell.
blow up.
I hope my kid is in that class when you did
Yes,
that.
he was in there.
Oh, great.
I have a blow up dome.
Oh, my God.
Globe.
Globe.
That was not what you may do on the weekend, Blair.
It's like blow up. Whoa.
Yes, a blow
Tell
up
the story.
globe. And this globe, I said, there's Alaska. Did you know some people think you take a boat to get to Alaska through Canada? And they're all like, what? And I'm like, that's what Riley Blair thinks. Coach, I didn't say Riley. I said Coach Blair. But, you know.
That's
yes.
true.
I said every time I see a globe, I think of Coach
And how
Blair.
did his kid react to that?
She didn't say hardly anything the whole day.
She's probably like, yeah, I know, what an idiot.
She probably was.
I don't even know that guy.
She was very well behaved.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So
Thank
about Pujols, I really
It's awesome.
I look at it like this. I'm going to make this declaration. If he would have stayed in St. Louis,
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, I know that you
Maybe
got the
that's what
designated
you're saying,
hitter in the American League, and I know he'd have been injured at times, but I think given how much enthusiasm he's feeding off the fans, he's feeding off of all the because he's Albert Pujols, he's the greatest hitter of my generation, and if he'd have stayed and took more money and stayed here in St. Louis, I think we'd be talking about him chasing bonds.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying he'd have been a 330 and 100 guy every single year, but I think that given the team that he would have been with consistently, which would have always been competitive, I think he really could have had a shot at the whole thing. That's just it's an if and buts and candy and nuts kind of thing, but at the same time, I will always believe that.
But the amount of energy that he brings to the clubhouse is unbelievable. Those other guys, I mean, they just feed off of it. Like it's
We got to
just
think about
sponge,
it.
and
A
it's
lot of those guys were little kids.
Yes.
They
Yes.
saw Pujols.
Yes.
When he was in his prime. They saw the things he was doing.
Yep.
I mean, some of them.
06.
Some of them.
I mean, the head coach is younger.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, some of them have said that Pujols was my favorite player.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's awesome just to watch Pujols interact with the young guys, especially Yepez. I love their relationship. You can just tell Yepez better take it all in, man. Learn something.
Well,
why he's on the
my biggest
the
thing
injured
is I
He's
love
in the
watching
minors.
him after he goes to the plate, comes back to the bench, he pulls out that laptop and he checks it out. You know, what I mean, or, iPad, and he's on it and he's like, checking out what it does, and then immediately after that he goes to the hitting coach and they discuss whatever they're
He's
discussing.
talking to the other players
Listen,
that are getting ready to hit.
Yeah, and he's also
Jeff
doing
Albert,
that.
I don't need a trash can or a buzzer system. I'm going to hit the piss out of this thing.
And here's why. Here's how.
And
See this?
This is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
So yes, it's great to see it. I love it for the young fans that are St. Louis Cardinals fans that never got to see Albert play. They're getting to see it at the end, and the parents and the relatives are talking about how great this guy was, and you get to see the adoration for him every time he comes to the plate. So it's pretty exciting stuff, and I hope he gets it.
Even Chicago was kind of classy about him.
I would agree.
He almost got a curtain call.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was. I was like,
I'm
oh
like,
my gosh.
What?
This is happening, really?
Yeah.
So that tells you the state of affairs of the Cubs.
Well,
There was a lot of Cardinal fans there.
There always is. Zach, why don't we jump right into the other part of the show? Because I know you planned it. So, since you took last week off, vacation.
Vacation.
I can't wait to take a vacation.
Hey, just got to get this guy to run the board, and you can do
Well,
that.
I mean, you
time
guys
to
have
time.
all that time. You guys work together and everything. I mean,
this is usually a Pious production, so I figured you would know by now.
It's not a Pious, but it's the 10X.
I figured you and Kevin would have it all down. We don't need me or Blair to learn.
But anyway,
Just need me and you to show up.
yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I do.
Hey, Grandpa, where's your hum around at? Zach, let's get going on this.
Yeah, let's do this.
So we'll.
Save the hum
I'm
around.
going to give you the out, and you talk as much or as little as you want.
Oh, boy.
Because we're going to get into high school football, and we know we've said, when season starts, things like that.
I'm an assistant coach. It's all right.
All right, well, then we'll
There
go
you
after
go.
here. So, jamborees were this past week and all over the county. So, let's kind of talk a little bit about how jamborees went and then go right into all of the different local conferences. We'll talk about Jefferson County, and then we'll go down south, kind of the mineral area as well. So, Jarvis, if you want to, just however much you want to share, however little. Obviously, no bulletin board material, but how did the jamboree
Or
that you
bulletin
saw,
board material.
and then maybe that you've seen on film, heard around the county, around the area? Go ahead, start us off.
I thought we played well, offensively and defensively. Deering made some good throws for us. He spread it around a little bit. I mean, Barr is going to be a big player for us, whether it's carrying the ball or receiving the ball. And my son caught a touchdown, and we got some young kids that are going to get out there too. We got Mattingly and some of the Galena and some of these other kids. So we played well against St. James, and we played really well against Cuba. And then our last game we played, actually it was Cuba, St. James, then Sullivan. And Sullivan's big. They're big. They're tight ends. They always have stud tight ends. And they had this kid out there that was really tall. They looked pretty decent. And then Salem and R7 were there also, but we didn't play either one of those. And, Salem is historically pretty good. And from what I could see, I watched a little bit of the R7, and, everybody thinks R7's just going to be down, but those kids have a lot of confidence, man. They've won a lot of football games out there at Jefferson, and I don't care that they changed coaches or not. I mean, I saw Rugley there. I saw Rugley watching the Black Cats a lot. But, I mean, Rugley was there watching, and I think his assistant coach is going to do a good job with them. I think they'll still be competitive, and that's going to be a tough game for us, period. And I know that's the jamboree I can speak of the most. I know I've seen Windsor's jamboree, and I thought Windsor is going to be a tough challenge for us Friday. They got some players, got a couple running backs, a receiver, and a quarterback, and they got a running back that's pretty fast.
Yes,
And they've got a year under their belt with their new head coach that took over last year, so that makes a big difference.
He's a good coach, and he'll have them fundamentally sound. He's a Herky grad.
Yes.
And I think he graduated in 94. I played against him when I was in high school, and
So he's old like you.
Older. He's got a 5-year plan.
So I don't consider myself old, but whatever.
He's got a 5-year plan. That's right.
Whatever.
Sorry, Jim.
You notice that you're sitting here not saying a word.
So what is
Jim's
Jim?
older than me.
What is Jim if you're old?
That table that you two are sitting at is the AARP table. Just tell me what your discount.
Dang.
Once again, I thought Blair was buying my dinner tonight.
We're just going to leave it all in the Pepsi tab.
Just call Blair Casper the Friendly Ghost as of late.
And
That's true. Very true.
I honestly didn't watch any other jamborees, so I've been concentrating more on. I'm just worried about how the Black Cats perform
For week one and all that. Well, Chris, I mean, do you want to talk a little bit about the jamboree that we were at and that we broadcast?
Oh, where we had a jamboree?
Yeah, we had a jamboree. Yeah, we had a jamboree.
Yeah, I didn't watch that
saw
yet.
Three,
Yeah, well,
you know,
we
three
didn't
local
expect you
areas.
to,
Okay,
so
okay,
it's okay.
I'm sure
there's
he
plenty
will
of time
at
to
some
scout it.
Hey, it's on YouTube.
It's on
and
YouTube,
It's for free.
and
So
it's
you go back
free.
and watch it any time you want.
I know. I will eventually. We're going to play Pius.
And Crystal.
And Crystal.
Crystal.
At some point,
And
I might.
Perryville.
And Perryville.
Yeah, so it'll be good to watch. I just haven't got that far yet.
So now that we introduced the schools. I mean, Chris,
Yeah,
what was your
the
take on
Crystal,
it?
St. Pius, and Perryville. I mean, I think Perryville has a lot of size, and I think they have talent there, but there's a lot of question marks that they need to answer. Kind of looking back and seeing, some of the deficiencies. I'd say they did play a lot of kids. They played a lot of kids at different positions. I think they ended up playing about 5 kids at quarterback when it was all said and done. 4 or 5
at Perryville.
Yes, and got reps. So between varsity and JV kids getting some time, but I was really impressed with Crystal City.
Man, I was too.
I think they have a good mix of the kids that are coming back who played last year and freshmen. They have some freshmen who.
Crystal's going to be tough, guys. Yeah. People don't think that they're going to be very good, and they have a lot. The Schaumburg kid. And
solid.
They got some players coming back as long as they can stay healthy.
Right, because the depth for them is not there. I think they only had about 5, 6 kids on the bench, but as far as athletes and kids, if they can get out in space, they can do some damage.
Well, you know what? I mean, Crystal needs to get that program back going. I mean, there was a time, a few years back.
This guy was on staff,
yeah. I mean, that they were pretty doggone good.
Sounds like that's the problem. And
it was those years when, you guys in Maplewood, Richmond Heights, when they had the really good teams, that you guys were just going back and forth.
Everybody's got to remember, though, we weren't just playing with Crystal kids.
Right.
And we were playing with a good chunk of R7. There was like 56% of Crystal City High School was R7 kids.
Yeah. But it's kind of like the co-op team that came down and to the softball jamboree. Isn't that right, Jim?
I'm not. Where's Kevin at? I need to talk to him about that.
I mean, how many of those kids?
It was even, trust me.
Well, it was the 3-hitter, the 4-hitter, the pitcher.
7-7. So let's see. 8 of you guys are already accounted. Which one of you guys from this school is going to get to play right field?
Hey, right now.
We're just going to rotate
everybody gets to play right field.
Right now, the kids are playing. That's all I care about at this stage of the ball game.
That's the key.
Sorry, Jim. I just had to bring that one up. You gave me. There was just no opening there.
When you brought up Crystal, and I would have brought that up, and I didn't even think about it. As soon as you said it, I'm like, I think they're going to be a lot better.
They were fun.
Yeah,
I think so.
They were fun to watch. It's not just because it's my alma mater. I predict, you said it, if they stay healthy, I think they're going to have a winning season this year. I think they're going to go into districts with an upper seed, like a top half seed, and look for them to win a game or two. I really.
And they play. I mean, I don't know how many Jefferson County teams they added back. I mean, we're playing them.
I don't think very many. I don't think any, but you got just
Is
you.
it just us? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I think their schedule's better fit for them now.
Absolutely. I pulled it up and looked at it today. I heard their training report on J98 was today, and I mean, they've got some good competition on there, but they've got some chances to
there's winnable games on their schedule.
I think every single game they're in is a winnable game, and that's something Crystal hasn't been able to say for a long time.
Right.
And I think that's the key for me. Watching them and watching a little bit of that jamboree. My biggest thing about it was, I mean, those kids freaking play hard. Man, do they play hard! And Coach Fox does a phenomenal job down there. I mean, he came into that mix and just wanting to get head coaching experience.
And what year is this? This is like his probably fifth or sixth or something like that.
And
I might be more than that. I don't know, but I mean, it's around the time where it's starting to show. I would think.
Yeah. I think he's starting to figure. Those kids are starting to figure out that he's in it for them and he's not in it for himself. And once he got that head coaching experience, I think you saw a different side of the Hornets that I think, moving forward, I mean, they may not have a lot of kids, but man, he gets a lot out of those kids, and it's fun. They're fun to watch. They were fun to watch last week. I was really truly impressed. Sure.
And Pius, I thought that they did some things well. There were some things some deficiencies that they're going to have to correct probably early if they want to have the successful type of year that the coaches and the players are talking about. But they've got some aspirations as well, and I thought they're returning quite a bit. I know St. Pius has a bevy of seniors, double-digit type seniors. Herculaneum has double-digit seniors. I think R7 is around close to maybe 8, 9, however many seniors. So I think you're going to see, and we can just get right into it, talking about the I-55 conference. And just those different teams that
Well,
make
you haven't even mentioned St. Vincent.
Yeah.
St. Vincent.
And St. Vincent's going to be tough. They always are.
They always are.
They got a lot of people back from last year,
Yeah,
which
they
they
are.
were pretty good last year.
We got to go down there.
It's a tough place to play.
Yep.
Well, and that
In
one
any
of the
sport.
things that we're kind of watching
Any sport.
jamborees.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, Bruce watching.
And they said they
Oh, yeah.
and they said they played Portageville and Kelly, and there was one other East Prairie, and they said that they did extremely well against all three.
When you go against those three down there, and you do well, especially an East Prairie team that year in and year out they're competing for a district title, that's saying a lot right out of the gate.
Right.
If you can go into a jamboree like that and be competitive against some of the top teams down the Boot Hill, that's fantastic, and they're going to be a lot of fun to watch throughout the year as well.
And I think the biggest thing with you look at the I-55 conference, which is on the screen there. A team like the Bayless that just got in. I think that's a program that I think we'll start to see it turn around. You got some guys up there that I think are committed to try to turn that around a little bit. They haven't had the commitment from the kids, but I think you're starting to see
And
that.
it's literal building because they just had the football team that created the football team.
Yeah, I mean, what you got to look at with Bayless is you finally now have an administration that is backing it.
Yes.
You got a nice football facility. You've got, and Eric Lawrence is a terrific athletic director. He truly is. And you've got him, and then you've got the administration, and you're going to see, depending upon the landscape that happens in South County,
Yes.
you're going to see some kids that are going to want to go to Bayless because they've got probably one of the best facilities in South County. I mean, Lutheran South is really nice, but
all around
Afton,
facilities, really.
Yeah. I mean, Afton just sunk $1.5 million into their new stadium, redoing it and everything.
Darn public schools.
I know, darn public schools. But
we still have grass.
We're still over there.
We still have brick bleachers, bud.
Yeah, we know. We go over there and play 70 games.
And they're really cool
up in St. Louis.
So
one of the last grass fields in St. Louis is going to be gone after this school year. Is Webster Groves? They passed their bond issue and they're redoing Moss Field, top to bottom, complete.
Oh wow!
Finally, after 5,000 years of football at Moss Field.
5,000 years of football.
But no, going back to Bayless, I think they're going to be a team that everybody needs to kind of keep an eye on.
I'd agree.
If not this year, you're going to see them start to turn the corner because of the buy-in from the administration and the way they're doing it. They're doing it the right way.
I'd agree. And you look down, I mean, everybody says, well, new regime at Jefferson, and maybe it's going to take some time. But that guy's been on that staff, and that guy's been committed to that staff, and those kids are committed to him just as much as they were Rugley. And you even said it. I mean, they're going to play hard, and those kids are going to buy in, and they're going to want to compete every year for a conference championship and a district championship.
They have the mentality because they've won so much,
right?
And once you build that culture, and
it's hard to beat.
It's hard. I mean, unless you just really have a terrible year, but that tradition, that is built up out there. I mean, good for them.
Well, and you also talk about building. I mean, the last team we need to talk about is Grandview, and they have. Can we please put to bed? It's been 5 years, 6 years since they had to go away from varsity and have JV only. Can we please stop saying that at any media outlets?
Right.
You talk about rebuilding. Coach Dallas did an excellent job. Last year they had a winning season. I think it might have been 2 winning seasons in a row.
It has been.
But he's gone ahead and he's retired, stepped down. You talk about bringing in an assistant now to go to take the head position. The difference, I think, with Grandview as opposed to an R7 is that Grandview, I think we were talking earlier today, graduated a ton.
Yes.
Graduated a ton.
And, the other thing that Grandview is different than R7 is the numbers. I mean, the kids at R7, man, they just live and breathe football.
Dude, it looked like their whole school was like They had a ton of kids at the jamboree.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the difference in that school compared to a lot of schools around this county is, I mean, they live and breathe football out there. And Rugley built a tradition out there that, he got those kids to commit year round. And I think that's what it takes to be successful. And you're seeing that. And, Grandview, Coach Dallas did a great job of trying to build that program back up to where it was in the past. And I feel like the guy that's taking over is going to do a phenomenal job of just continuing that success of building a football program out there. Yep. And they got a beautiful facility out there too. So,
Chris, go ahead.
Well, I think it's going to be a tough conference. It really is. I think there aren't any, just you look at it and say, oh, that's a winnable game. I mean, even with Grandview losing all those guys, I think they're going to be extremely tough. Bayless is up and coming. I know Herculaneum, from everything I can tell, it's got a great group of kids. And like you guys have been talking about with Jefferson, I think Perryville is going to be. It's going to be fun to see how all the schools compete with them. Yeah. Being a part of it. And of course, playing St. Vincent's always tough, no matter where you play.
In what sport?
Yeah, in whatever sport. But
they travel well, officials and all.
I didn't say it.
Are you saying they're traveling like in the same van or something?
Yeah,
there we go.
Family van.
That might be the case.
So moving along, we got talk about the MAFC Blue Division with DeSoto, Festus, Hillsboro, North County, and Windsor.
I'm going to say it's a three-team race. Now, here's where I'm at. Knowing a lot of these schools, let's just say where it is. DeSoto is looking for a win. Okay, going 0 for last year. I think they get it, and we'll talk about the week 1 matchups. But I think they're going to get it sooner rather than later. Windsor, I think that they're building. I've heard they got a slick QB that's going to be able to do some things. But I think it's a 3-horse race between Hillsboro, North County, and Festus. Now, Hillsboro dominated conference play. Okay, and I think they're going to go as far as the 2 running backs, senior running backs, because last year North County got them. I think the running backs were banged up. But the difference this year is I think Hillsboro has a 3rd running back that's a junior now that maybe we talk about load management. Maybe you get into some of these games that hey, you guys have your records. You're already signed D1. Let's get you ready for district play. And they might make some noise. Festus, people are going to talk about everybody that they lost, everybody they graduated. They got to have a new QB to come in, and the senior class that they lost to graduation. I think they're a dark horse. And really, North County's kind of in the same boat, losing their quarterback and a lot of their studs, but they returned quite a bit as well.
I think Festus. I know a lot of people are saying about the loss, and you know what? When you lose a quarterback like Rickerman. That's a big hit, and Chris, we talked about that, on. We're going to do that here in a minute.
Don't worry about that.
But yeah, but they have.
We had a conversation about it.
They still have a solid group, especially up front on the offensive line.
I think they had a solid transfer too that might play quarterback before it's all said. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say
no.
Yes, there's a QB battle going on,
yeah.
and I know Ethan. Going over there for junior high, this sophomore class is phenomenal, and one of the athletes and one of the players is a QB. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would be willing to bet somewhere down the line there's going to be a major QB battle and a major QB change potentially. Now, whoever gets the starting nod, they go out and they perform, great. But when you got Valley on your schedule, when you pick up Jackson on your schedule, Coach O went and got a lot of talented programs, traditional powerhouses around the area, because he said, for us to go, we got to play those type of teams.
Yes,
without a doubt. And coming out of the, and I know we're going to talk about a few more week 1 things here in a minute, Zach, but there's a reason why Kirkwood and Vashon are playing each other in week 1, and that's because they know they need to get ready to play the talent that they're going to see in the district. You saw a Vashon team, probably one of the best teams they've had in a long time. They go down to North County. North County beats them. And one of the main reasons is, and I say this every year, it's not that I'm bashing the PHL. It's just not a strong football conference. It's not a strong football league.
I mean, there are only one or two teams, and that's it.
It's Vashon Gateway.
Yeah.
Every now and then you'll get a sold in that'll sneak a team in. But Vashon needed to step up, and I think Will Franklin has done a terrific job in getting that going the right direction. You look at their schedule this year. They remember losing to North County in that sectional game last year, or was it quarterfinal? I forget which one it was.
In football, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But Elite Eight.
He's realizing and saying, I've got to up my schedule, especially my non-con schedule. And that's what a lot of people are doing, and I know we're going to get into that here in a second.
I don't know much about the Festus 2 quarterbacks, but if he's that good an athlete, they'll find some. He's got to play somewhere else.
He's going to play. He's going to phenomenal, and that's like I said.
Talent
That's all
plays.
my group phenomenal. Now, you talk about, and this is my opinion when you say North County, Vashon, North County, huge.
Oh, without a doubt,
big in the weight room. Now that transitions into the MAFC White because I'm going to tell you right now, even though we could sit here and say it's a Class 1 school, now it's going to be Class 3 with Valley. When we looked at those videos, that football preview that J98 does and all of that, there were 3 schools that stood out. Seckman, Valley, and Hillsboro. And I'm going to tell you right now, across the board, Valley looked like a bunch of men on a mission ready to try and compete at the district and going beyond that.
And the funny part is 2 of those schools you just mentioned are playing in week 1.
Week 1.
Mm-hmm. So we got Seckman and Valley. That's going to be
a war.
Yes.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Fun to watch.
And here's the thing too, depending upon how the districts come out on Friday morning, Valley very well could be the best team in Class 3 because a lot of people, a lot of people are saying that St. Mary's is going to bump to 5.
Bump to 5. Oh, up to like Valley.
There's like Valley did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people saying that Lutheran St. Charles is going to go from 2 to 4. Mm-hmm. And once again, I'm not saying that I know this because I don't. But that's what the
Rubber
feeling
band.
is.
I was going to say, he's not the rubber band man.
He's not the rubber band man, and he doesn't hold all the points.
Right, but when I talked to Ken Turner over at St. Mary's, we talked about their schedule, and I mean they open at SLU High. They're playing this team out of Illinois that's fantastic, Nearquah Valley. Then they're playing Lutheran St. Charles later on in the year. And he flat out said, we think we're going to 5. We've got to schedule up and play these people so our kids are ready to play in that competition in the toughest classification in the state, in my mind,
And that's
Class 5.
why I hate this whole district coming out when it does.
Yes.
I wish it would come out a week earlier.
I wish it would come out the 1st of August when you first start.
But once again...
Well, not me. I wish you knew. It's hard to schedule games and who to schedule games with when you don't know where you're going to be.
But you know what, though? It could be Illinois to where you don't find out what classification you're in until after week 9 when they have the selection
Well, that's
show.
crazy. But we're not Illinois.
Then again, we're also talking about Illinois.
But Illinois' football playoff system is by far one of the best.
I have said this, and I've gone on record and said it. Illinois' playoff system is one of the best in the country, without any doubt. And I will say that. I think Misha has started it in the right direction.
Not everybody gets to play in postseason.
Right.
That's the way it should be.
Well,
but they do in basketball.
Yeah, and
They do in basketball, but not in football.
They do in baseball.
Well, and going
yeah, they
back
do. No, they do play everybody. Everybody.
Oh
plays
boy!
in-
Hey, whoa!
in
Promise you
football.
that's for November.
Okay, that's
right
November.
I want to see you guys fight about this at some
We're
point.
getting Zach on. We're going off the rails.
Zach's all mad. He did work and he got an agenda.
I think I hear some music playing in here.
I need to probably start playing some music.
But to kind of wrap up and put a bow on the MAFC White,
A bow.
you said, we're talking Valley. Here's the thing, though. If you talk to the coaches and all of that, Park Hill Central isn't just going to say, hey, you know what, Valley, roll out the red carpet.
Right.
I mean, they lost a lot to graduation, but they return a lot. I think they're going to have maybe one of the dominant quarterbacks in the area. But they're poised to do some good things, and they're looking to make a run deep in the playoffs. So, but besides the Valley and Central, you've got Fredericktown, who's still kind of in rebuild mode. Potosi and St. John, I think those could be some dark horses. Potosi has some really good numbers. St. John, I want to say you have a Valley guy. I'm not sure that's coaching.
over there.
So maybe he takes that playbook and whatever, and he starts building up St. Jim. I mean, it's possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and then, as far as our last, it's not really a conference. We got a couple schools. We already talked about Crystal City as an independent, and we all agree that they're going to be a tough out and tough game for anybody, no matter what. Yeah. And then we have Farmington, which is a member of the SEMO conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's just loaded.
Oh, gosh,
Yes.
Loaded conference. I
Yep.
mean, I don't know. They lost a lot as well. They had a guy transfer out. I think that's going to hurt a little bit. But
Where'd he go, Jason?
He went to Tigerland, baby. That's where he went.
Had to play for Coach O?
Here's what I'll say about Farmington. You will get a very good gauge on what Farmington is all about Friday night when they host North County.
North County.
Yeah.
You will get a very good idea
One of my
of what they're about.
7 coaching and teaching spots was Farmington, and I participated in a Farmington North County game, and Mike Tebow was the head coach back then, and you want to tell about a rowdy crowd at Old North County?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Man, there were some things said in the stands. I was better hope your babies weren't around, because, man, it was, woo!
Heated.
It will be a packed house at a Farmington.
Heated.
Well,
It's
it's an
at North
interesting
County.
place.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place.
It's at North County?
Oh,
yeah. That'll be fired up.
So, Chris, you can just go right into it since we're already talking about week 1 matchups.
All right.
Well, can I mention the one thing that me and you talked about earlier?
It's going to cover up Jim's face. Go ahead, Jim.
That's
Start
fine.
talking.
Yeah, I'll just start talking. No, but this year more than ever, the week 1 matchups are by far the absolute best that I have seen in years. In my years of covering, high school sports in the St. Louis Metro, I haven't seen as loaded of a week 1 that what we're seeing. And I mentioned one game, Vashon Kirkwood, Seckman Valley, that is just going to be an absolute war. What Nick Bear's done with that Seckman program, and it doesn't hurt when you got a great quarterback that is smashing every record imaginable.
Right.
And then, you go to St. Charles County, you got Howell, you got, Zumwalt North, 2 teams that have been there and done it. Holt and Troy, 2 other schools. I mean, it is just such a great week 1, and I love that the coaches are doing that. I love that the coaches are getting their kids ready and battle-tested for conference and getting ready for district play, because you need to play those types of games on the big stage early to get yourselves ready to go.
I totally agree. And you look at the matchups that you got in front of you, on the screen, and you start looking at them, and you don't see a matchup that's not a pretty comparable matchup in week 1. And I think a lot of coaches want to get right at it, and say, hey, what do we got? Like, we got to come out and compete right off the gate,
the
to
point
prove.
system, I think, Chris, you said it earlier, it's the point system. You can't, we liken it to college football, which we'll get into after the break, about trying to get a cupcake here or a cupcake there. No,
cupcakes for you.
You have to go get points. You have to go get points to try and host. Just get
being that 1, 2, 3, 4 slot to get them.
And that's the difference in a program to a different program. I mean, that's some programs' philosophy right now. There's others that are trying to build that up.
Sure.
And they can't go out and play.
Right.
We're going to have a challenge in Windsor. I mean, they're a class above us. It's going to be a challenge.
But that's a great matchup, though.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic
and it's
matchup.
right down the street. Makes it easy for the districts, know.
Hey, I got to say, though, I think this is really crazy. I've noticed there's a couple of distance games that are being played this week. Grandview's going all the way to Paris, Missouri. I don't know if anybody knows where that is.
Yeah,
That's a trip.
I've been there, home of the Coyotes.
Here, yeah. That's the week we played them, too, was week 2.
And where's the other one? St. Vincent's going to Marceline.
I don't even know where that's at.
That's
Marceline's a hall.
That's a hall.
Marceline is northwest.
Yes.
Like right outside.
In Canada?
By, no, you got
No, Riley, it's not
Riley,
Canada.
it's not Canada. Marceline is up by Maryville. Maryville.
Yeah,
The
not the
northwest
university.
corner.
Yeah,
that's
St.
up
Louis.
there.
University.
Not St. Louis.
Not that one.
No.
But there's a couple distance games there, and I know that there's going to be some, like Crystal City plays some schools that are a little bit out there too, being an independent, not having a conference schedule. So it's
Hillsboro,
yeah,
Sykeston.
it's
Ron
gonna,
Rhodes, I
yeah.
pick Hillsboro.
It's going to be a good
For
one.
what, week 1? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
against Sykeston.
I think it's going to be an exciting week 1, and for a lot of reasons, the point system, the way the games are being scheduled now, no cupcakes. You don't get a cupcake.
That's right.
Don't get the cupcakes. By the way, hey, there's another game that's going to be on this week 1 matchup.
That's right.
You're going to have the Brentwood Eagles traveling to St. Pius to take on the Lancers. That game is going to be brought to you by Off the Rails Media.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's
Between the lines, what you're
Between
saying?
the Lines broadcast.
Wow.
And you know what? Jim, since you're a guest, I want you to guess how much we're charging for that episode to watch.
Now,
Free.
Okay.
It is 100% free. You are correct.
I was
sir.
gonna
No,
ask if you
I have
needed
to
a
sign up
lifeline.
for a fire,
Just
and
like-
I have to go to pay through a firewall or something, right?
There's
Hold on, just
or
like
an app. I'm gonna have to download an app.
Now you can download the
But hold
Streamline
on.
Sports app
Yes.
and watch it there. And
Is that free?
That is free.
I don't
Or-
have to pay.
You don't
Not
have to
gonna cost me
pay.
$30 a
Or-
month.
No.
No.
Or you can get free information on scoopswithdannymac.com
Bingo.
every day.
Yes.
Not behind like certain newspaper outlets in the St. Louis metro area that charge people. Just say it.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank you
so-
to Scoops with
I'm so
Danny Mac.
aggravated
Yes.
about STL today because I can't get on there. I can't get on there and read articles anymore
yes.
because
Because
I want my
everything's behind
money.
a paywall.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Forget
It's
them.
so awesome.
I'm waiting for the day that they put all of the stats behind a paywall.
It's gonna happen
and
eventually.
All of this, they force
I will
all of the
never
coaches and
one
schools.
time post a stat on there. Then
Zach, don't put that evil on us.
I'm
So
just saying.
anyway, before we
because I
get,
should never have to do that.
we're getting ready to have to go to break because we've went a
Well,
little
we know
long
you
here.
never-
Do we want to do the
Hey,
other?
no, no,
we all know you don't put the
It's our
stats in.
show. Listen,
I do.
75 episodes and up, we can run the format however we want to.
I know.
Right.
Okay? 30 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour. We can do whatever we
Oh,
want.
he's playing the music.
Hey,
I
he's
guess-
got the paper in front of
Yeah,
him.
he does have
He
the
took a
paper
week
right
off for
here.
this.
Hey, I'm excited about this next segment. I hope you enjoy the next segment, and I hope you don't poo-poo this next segment.
Gosh. Well, that already tells me it sucks.
Hey, as long as you fall forward, my friend, we're all good.
You know
He's
that
been on
ain't
that
happening.
scooter falling forward quite a bit.
Zach,
All right, Chris, take us out.
Zach using your big boy dirty words there.
We'll make that announcement for something else in the next segment.
We'll be right back with more Coach's Box. Tune in.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
New at Case & Bucks, all-you-can-eat soup and salad all day, every day. Choose from homemade soups like tortellini, loaded steak, green pepper, and many more. 7095 Metropolitan Boulevard in Barnhart, Missouri, just off 55. See our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Hi, I'm Brant Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Targeted Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Hey everybody, and welcome back to our next segment of the Coach's Box. You're watching episode 119 because I think that's the count. I went to public school. I cannot always count the correct way.
I think correct. Were all of them?
Yeah.
All of them?
Not all of them.
Was your school based out of Missouri?
Yes, my school is
out of Ohio.
Based out of Missouri. So, real quick before we get into our next segment, and I know Zach is biting the bit like, hurry!
He can't wait.
I know my ADD is kicked in. Squirrel, over here. Jim Powers, we are going to be showing a little bit of a change. We have On the Move with the Caravan,
and we will be bringing it back in the fall.
Right, and summer is busy, summer is crazy. You've had to deal with some stuff. We all had to deal with some stuff.
High school sports is starting to back up, and that's what it's all about.
Right,
is giving back to the high school sports scene.
So me and Jim are just seeing who can pay the highest copays.
You know what? I think that's where we were going.
Who wins?
So I want to make a bet. Want to make a bet?
Jarvis has never heard of hip hop.
Powers at the hospital. Jarvis surgery. Power surgery. Who's gonna win?
Oh my gosh! All right, so Jim, with that,
but at least I made sure you were okay.
Yes, I checked up on you.
And that's what friends do. They check on each other.
They do.
All right, so So, Jim, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody, and I'll throw the graphic up on the screen, what we got going on.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Once again, we are going to bring On the Move with the Caravan back starting in September. We're going to do that back up South City, which I got to get you two up there one night.
Yes.
I'll do it.
At the 09 Pub, terrific place. Rachel and Jeff and the crew, they're unbelievable people.
The look on Zach's face is just priceless.
I got to cross the Merrimack.
Well, that's like some people
do I
in St.
have to
Louis
wear a
County
mask?
go watch football over in St. Charles. I got to cross that. No, I can't do it. I can't go across.
I'm scared to go across the river to Pear.
All right,
go ahead.
So we're going to be bringing that back starting in September. But the one thing that we're going to do during football season and during basketball season is we're going to be doing a quick hit during the week, typically on Thursdays, and it's going to be called On the Move with the Caravan, high school football preview. And we're going to kind of, this week was, talking about the week one, matchups and how much fun it is. And then we picked 3 Jefferson County games and then 4 St. Louis games and talked about them for a little bit, kind of a quick preview. Next week, when we get into it, we'll do some of the polls. We'll get into, once again, we're going to pick some Jefferson County games. We're going to pick some St. Louis games because I really think that the Jefferson County folks are interested in what's going on, especially with districts and stuff like that. And the St. Louis County people are very interested with what's going on down here. Plus, there are certain media outlets up in St. Louis that don't do a great job in covering Jeffco, and I want to make sure that we are covering them, in the right fashion. So, me and Chris are going to tape it on Wednesday mornings. We'll air it on Thursday right around lunchtime.
So while you're eating a burger.
While you're having lunch, you get a chance to hear what's going to happen on Friday night with some of the great games.
I love it.
Schools at lunchtime, we're like supervising students and stuff. And
I supervise students.
Okay.
Hey, and just
you two might not have to do that. 3, sorry. Outnumbered again.
Zach, do I do lunchroom supervision every day?
Every day.
Well, he is the dean of students. He should.
I was doing it. I was doing it the last 2
does
years.
the cell phone policy,
and my imaginary job, it wasn't even a real job. That Zach thinks I just watched Disney Plus.
Well,
and I did lunchroom supervision.
Yes. I saw your office and saw the Disney Plus. But
yes, we did see that.
Yes.
We did.
I'm not saying that there isn't Disney Plus that's running there, but yeah.
Does it have the coaches box on Disney Plus? Are we on there?
No, but you know what you can do? You can download Streamline Sports, and you can watch that on their app for free. You can watch it on Roku, Fire TV. You can watch it on your phone, Android, iPhone, doesn't matter. You can do that.
So all those apps are
free.
And the cool thing's going to be, too, is, with the stuff I'm doing with Dan McLaughlin and
What pays for that?
Hang on.
Sorry about that, Jim.
Go ahead.
Yeah, boy, he totally interrupted you.
I'm sorry. I just get fired up
you guys
about
are
this.
friends.
It's Casper the Friendly Ghost over there.
Casper is available.
Wait,
Can't see me.
Hey,
Can you see?
Can't see me.
I had one of those, like, remember the ghosts?
Yeah.
Actually, the hand was on my shoulder just a second ago, and I had to look to make sure it was.
Oh, God.
Things just got awkward.
And once again, we go off the rails.
Off the rails. So, Riley, since now we're off topic, go ahead. What is your question?
Jim. I apologize,
Go
my
ahead.
friend.
Let Jim talk.
The one thing that's really cool, and it was when Dan McLaughlin asked me about doing this with his website, we wanted the free content. We wanted stuff out there because, there are, the news papers up in St. Louis are putting everything behind the paywall, and we wanted a way to be able to showcase the kids, the coaches, the schools, the teams, and it's been great. We've had so much fun with it, and we'll get back to our normal routine starting next week with our Monday recap of the weekend. Tuesday will be our poll day. Wednesday will be our Student Athlete of the Week feature. Thursday will be the podcast, and then Friday will be, previewing the weekend to come and everything. But adding this piece to it, once again, it's about putting the spotlight on the kids and giving everybody an opportunity to see the content. And that's what it's all about. And I don't want to hear these reasons, excuses. Guess what? High school sports should not be behind a paywall. I understand why Misha does it for the playoffs and all that. Totally get it. But regular season stuff absolutely should be free for people to watch, people to enjoy, because guess what? It's not taken away from Gates. I was telling you guys during the break, Francis Howell had their jamboree. They had CBC, Ladue, and I forget who the fourth team was.
Big schools.
Packed. 3 deep, standing. and they still had over 3,000 views on their web. I don't want to hear that.
The gates are going to be.
I don't want to hear that
now.
excuse.
We just got through a time where nobody could go.
Yes.
Wait, and here's the thing.
That's when people wanted this to make sure it was there because they couldn't go.
Guys, you guys gotta understand. I mean, we got people who are coming back, like you just said, Jason, from a pandemic where you couldn't go to do anything, but people are going to want to watch their kids play.
Right.
The reason that streaming is so important is for people who are living in different parts of the state, the country. They've got something they've got to do. They can't go, and then we watched it.
Right.
We watched it in person. Let's go back and watch the video of it.
Let's go save it. Let's go
save it. Maybe use it for a highlight.
And if there's some people that are, you got commentators on there. I like to listen to some of those, and depending on who's putting
Depending on who it
like
is.
if it's off the rails media, I would definitely want to listen.
Right.
If I was on it.
But the bottom line is, we want to give.
I might be coaching. Never mind. Go ahead.
I want to put a mic on you when you're coaching. By the way,
I've been there. I know.
Off the Rails Media presents After Hours.
But I can do it. Anyway, go ahead.
This is a great opportunity. This is an unbelievable opportunity, and once again, between this and getting the show going again in September. I'm excited about it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And once again, thanks to Danny McLaughlin for giving me the opportunity on his website, but also allowing us to use him and use what we're doing, because it's very valuable. And believe me when I tell you, Dan McLaughlin is entrenched in promoting the high school kids. He's got a daughter that is an unbelievable golfer. He's got a son that's a really good golfer too. And he gets it. He understands. So, that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait till we're going to set the date for the show here in the next week or so, and we'll let everybody know. But we're looking forward to doing the football previews every Thursday afternoon.
Well, I'm glad the kids don't play soccer, so what we can wind up doing is hey, you come on down, bring Danny Mac down, and we'll talk golf on the coach's box sometime. That'd be great. Hey, we can do that.
Be good
talk
time.
about. Maybe Miller can, ask for some tips on how to swing a golf club or how not to lose golf balls.
Absolutely. I would take that initiative.
I'm not on camera right now, but I would just like to say that, well, now I am. Zach?
Yes. Chris.
Shut up. Just shut your damn mouth.
All right, let's get into this now. Zach has been waiting all day
patiently
for this segment.
He didn't even fall forward for this.
What segment? Thought he was going to.
So not only you guys, but for any of the viewers that are watching, you can comment on this.
We got plenty of comments. That's good.
But on this one, all right. So college football. Teams are moving out of conference, left, right, north, south, east, west, all of this good stuff, right? Here is my, if I'm king for a day, here's my thought. And you guys look at your phones and you can see this. I want you.
You just didn't see my eye roll, did you?
No, I did.
Okay, good.
Zach, I have a question. Can I take my phone out now?
Yes, you can. Hold on, but you got to put it back when you're done because it's just a slap on the wrist. Anyway, hey, you all keep bringing that up, not me. So here's what, if I'm king for a day, and I think this would be good for football.
That would be miserable, but go ahead.
Okay. Mega conferences, 20-team mega conferences by geographic location there, Blair. And if you look it up, I've got it broken down into a Western Conference, an Eastern Conference, a Midwest, and a Southern Conference.
Do you really think the SEC is going to break up to do this?
I think it would be cool because you still have the same matchup.
Greg Sankey is not going to allow that to happen. But anyway, you're the king for a day. Go ahead.
King for a day. Chris, put those graphics up.
Which one do you want up first, Zach?
Go with the Western Division or with the Western Conference.
We're going to start in the West and come East?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There
you go. I got the Zach's king for the day. Super mega Western Conference.
Yeah. So
teams.
So all of these different, and you can just kind of go through quickly. So here.
Hey, focus up, fellas.
Focus here.
I'm sorry, I'm enjoying some things.
So while Chris is going through, and you can just, like I said, randomly go through all of these matchups. Here is my options for you, and I'm curious what Jarvis wants to think. but also everybody else. So here are your options for
Well, it's
this.
your plan, so you know what I'm going to think. Go
Right,
ahead.
exactly. Your mega conference. All right, we're going to have a playoff. Here's your first option. College teams are going to get 15 game maximums. You can have a 12-game schedule. Okay? You get 9 games in your division, 3 from the other division. You play a conference championship game. You have a 4-team playoff bracket. 1 team, the best team, conference champion from each of the 4 mega conferences. Okay, that's option 1.
Okay.
Everybody else plays in a bowl game. So that's one option.
Interesting.
Option 2, still 15-game max. You get an 11-game schedule instead of 12. 9 games in your division, 2 from the other division. You play a conference championship game, but then now we have an 8-team playoff bracket. Everybody else that is not part of the 8-team playoff bracket plays in a best-of-the-rest playoff format, 4 teams for each conference. What do you think?
Yep. Well, let's.
Or I'm thinking what Jarvis is going to say. No,
I'll let
either.
Jarvis go first.
What do you think?
Give me that piece of paper.
And once again, there is a reason why I am sitting between these two tonight.
No, I wanted to
buffer zone.
It's off the
buffer zone. It's not as big of a buffer zone as it used to be, but it's still a buffer zone.
Do you have the list of teams? Because it's not on the.
Oh yeah, he wants the list of teams.
I want the list of teams.
All I want to know is where's Ohio State in this thing?
Well, it's up there.
Well, here, I mean,
I don't care about anybody else.
I'll
Where's
quickly-
Ohio State at?
You and Coach Watson worry about Ohio State.
Yeah,
absolutely
Ohio State
we
is
will.
in the Eastern Conference Northern Division.
Interesting.
Is Michigan in there?
Nope.
What?
They're in the Midwest.
You've lost your ever-loving cookies,
It
brother.
didn't work geographically. It didn't work.
I don't like your maps.
You don't like Canada getting to Canada.
This is where I like Riley's maps.
Going to Alaska.
Time
Gotta
out,
get
time out.
through Canada.
You're an
Get there
Ohio State
first.
guy. Why do you care? Ohio State's dominated Michigan.
Oh,
It's
that-
not even. To be a rivalry, you have to win a time or
I
two.
just
every
don't
so
like.
Ouch.
Let's see.
I'm looking at some of the divisions, and I don't know.
Ohio State would go undefeated every year
Don't they
in this
almost
Northern
anyway?
Division.
Don't they almost anyway?
They will this year with the C.J. Stroud. And when they beat Notre Dame by 5 touchdowns, I'll be the one
Hey, Mizzou
laughing.
might actually have a chance in this one.
Clemson might win.
Yeah, Clemson on the side.
Clemson's in there.
I just
Wait, where do we got Clemson? I'm gonna put that back up there. Where's Clemson? Oh,
They're
they're
in
the
the Southern
Southern.
Division.
Oh.
Southern.
Yeah, they'll win that. They got Coastal Carolina in there. Chanticleer.
Chanticleers, baby.
What is that? A rooster?
Yes, it is.
Look at the Midwestern, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Midwestern.
Going back to it.
Man, somebody's got a lot of time on their hands. First off, but second,
Should be teaching.
Well, at least Missouri can't.
Hey, guys, we're gonna learn about geography today, so I need you guys to start looking at where these schools are.
It's one of the
All
topics
I'm
we'll get
going to
to.
say is Mizzou and Kansas is in the same conference in
Jeez.
his, so we get the rivalry
and
back
Kansas State. I mean,
But think about
on Mizzou's
And
early
Illinois.
season schedule, I cannot wait for Mizzou
But go
K-State.
back to the history
That's
of
a good
college football. Go back to the
Kentucky.
history. You didn't have
How
these
did I know that
rivalries
was
that we
coming?
have today weren't always the case. So we talked about the evolution of baseball and MLB going forward with all the potential rule changes. Why not have this type of a change and you create geographical rivalries that you're not traveling that far? So you might get a family that says, "Hey, let's go ahead and go downstate a little
Fuel
bit."
costs are kind of high.
I would have to agree with Coach Winkler. We
I
we
just saw
don't
it.
need to say Ohio State anymore.
It's
We have
the
Ohio State.
Oh,
Thank you,
shut
Coach
up.
Winkler, for reminding me of that. I continue
All right,
to
and the,
forget.
and the last one we'll put up here is the Southern Conference. It's there. I mean, you want to talk about breaking up the SEC?
The Southern Conference.
I mean, I do like seeing Houston playing schools from Texas, but they're Houston. Where's SMU?
SMU. Well, they
Hold on. Are they still on the death penalty from the 90s?
Well, yeah, because they're taking Kansas's punishment for basketball.
Perfect.
that was a good one.
I like that.
I have to give you some credit on that one.
Piss on Kansas. They're a bunch of cheating a-holes, okay? Can't stand that school. Then you got SMU. They're freaking SMU.
Where's the original SEC member?
Hey, Kevin Halley strikes again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome Kevin Howley to the conversation.
He's got to show up to the show a time or two before he has.
Listen here, take a week off.
I know.
One.
I'm shutting up.
Yeah.
Well,
Not saying a word.
The reason why you're looking at me is because you're looking right through him.
Casper is no longer
when you're a
here.
ghost, that's what happens.
It's like,
look right through.
it goes right through him.
But anyway, I thought, why not? That would be a
shoot.
great 20-team mega conference. Make things relatively even, and then do a playoff system like that.
Playoffs? I'm going to tell you this. The first part of what you said is absolutely true. You're going to see 3, and I think it's going to end up 24-team conferences. You're going to see 3 24-team mega conferences. It's going to end up shaking out the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12.
How do you play a football schedule with 24 schools?
You'll go 12 and 12.
So dumb.
But I mean, but Arizona's already making meetings with the Big 12. Apparently, Oregon is looking into the Big Ten.
East?
No, the Big Ten.
You sure?
Yeah.
Why can't they? I mean,
It's one of those big schools,
right?
Big conferences.
Why can't Syracuse just be in the WAC?
Well,
or the Pac-12 or 10 or 8 or whatever the hell they want to call it.
That's why geographically, this makes sense.
Except for Ohio State and Michigan not playing. I got to say, and I hate Ohio State. I don't care about Michigan.
He's going to get something thrown at him tonight.
Except for when you have Blair geography, because it doesn't.
That was the one rivalry I couldn't make. That you had to cross the line somewhere, and that's just kind of how.
No, you could have found another line to cross.
Well,
Riley does.
Yes, I know.
No, those are rivers. Those are rivers, sir.
Hey,
don't you ever forget.
I crossed the Merrimack. What are you guys talking about?
Sometimes.
Yeah, he does. What are you supposed to?
What are you supposed to? Hey, you going to be there?
No.
Yes. No.
McVey, I think it's a well thought out plan.
Sorry, buddy.
It is. It's okay.
I don't like.
I give you credit.
I don't like some of the matchups in those conferences.
But he's going in the right direction because it's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen. You're
College football, as we know it, with the transfer portal and NIL, is going to be a show of itself in the next 5 years.
I thought you were going to say some kind of show that starts with SH and ends with it.
No.
I thought that's where you were going.
I was not going to do that.
He will not go there.
It's a family show.
No, he won't go there.
Jim's a professional.
Exactly.
We are not.
How the SEC dominates
See
everything.
how quick McVey just threw him under. Exactly.
Yeah, go for it.
On to what I'm talking about.
So we always talk about how the SEC dominates everything.
Yes.
Big Ten actually brings in more money. They're the only conference that's bringing in over $1 billion in these
carpetbaggers
TV deals.
Oh, TV deals.
Oh, yeah. The new TV deal with NBC, Peacock, Fox, and CBS, $100 billion.
I'm sorry, did you say
yes?
And that is why
billion.
That is why your plan, McVey, will never work. That's why your plan will never work. It's all about green. It's about the money.
Yeah.
It's all about green.
And here's
Oregon.
Equitable. Hey, is it?
And you know what? I'm just going to leave you guys.
Is it equitable?
Is it?
Like our public school education, equitable.
Before Zach gets into Mizzou talk,
Nothing is equitable.
I will
know,
tell
that was
the
the
question. The $1 million question is: the Big Ten's going to make all this money hand over fist. How much are the kids going to get? Zero.
Well, my point.
When the facility
is it about the kids?
No.
Or is it about the money?
It's about the money.
I'm sorry, but when the facilities change again, and you walk in and they have absolutely everything handed to them on a silver platter, yeah, I would say yes, it does go back to the kids. Have you seen any of these player rooms?
Oh yeah,
the nutrition outlets and systems that they have.
But then
don't cry poor. These college kids don't cry.
Hold on. But then what? Okay, what about the donors that donate millions and millions of dollars?
Right.
What are those donors going to say when in Ohio State? I'm just using an example. Ohio State's going to get, X amount of money out of this deal. what are the donors going to say? Well, you're making this much on this media rights deal. Why should I donate to you anymore?
Because your money's going to go get the players.
That's true. Here's a good
It's
one.
a slippery slope, brother.
I know.
It's a very slippery slope.
Did everybody see where Hooters signed how many offensive linemen?
I love that.
Well, first off, Hooters is great. The wings are great.
Phenomenal.
They are good.
I
The
do
fried
like the
pickles,
sauces.
the fried
Zach,
pickles
have you
are
ever been to Hooters?
Long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago?
Yep.
Back in the younger days?
Yep.
Road trip.
And then now you can't because Mandy said no.
Oh, man.
Is that it?
Oh, my God.
I went there, didn't I?
There's a line.
So that is
I
a
crossed
yes,
the line.
and he is saying yes.
So Hooters signs NIL deals to what? Was it 70 or 80? I can't remember the number.
70, I think.
It was
But
70.
they're linemen.
I wonder
They're
how many
offensive
I
linemen.
wonder how many wings they got to eat to
Oh
get
my
those deals.
gosh! Think about all the freaking wings that 70 of them NIL deals. It's insane.
It's spread out all over the country.
Yeah, I know, but still,
But still.
doesn't matter. I mean, you pick 70 of the top offensive linemen and you sign NIL deals.
We need to get an NIL deal.
Nobody wants our image or likeness on anything.
Maybe
Let's
not
be-
you guys.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Oh, and Blair's doesn't say a word to that comment. Quiet. Let me
He
guess.
can't. He's
Hold on,
contractually
hold on,
obligated.
hold on.
to cut
Silence speaks volumes. That's all I'm going to say.
Hold on.
Can we talk about Mizzou?
Jim just big timed us.
Well, you talk
Right then, when he said, "Not you guys," point at yourself. Like you gotta be kidding me. You just completely
By the
big
way-
time.
hey,
By the way, I'm on Scoops with Danny Mac. Did you know that?
Hey, by the way, I'll be on Fox 2 Friday night at 10.
There you go. See?
Look at it.
Hey, I might watch Fox too. From like, hey, I know that guy. He doesn't act like he knows me.
Now that was good, too.
Hey, I'm gonna text Jim. He never looks at his phone.
No.
Say the coach's box on air. Say the coach's box.
Say Team Ramrod.
Off the rails. Officially off the rails.
I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because
On Riley mode.
I get
That's
4 or
exactly my
5
friend.
APs.
You got it.
As soon as we go on, I've got 4 or 5 of my athletic director buddies starting to text me. Make sure you say our school. It got to the point to where they're trying to get me to look down at my phone while we're on the air. When I'm trying to look at the camera, and my phone's just going back crap crazy.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I know. Yeah.
My question is the hat that you have on going to be represented on Friday night?
Nope.
No, wow.
Scoops with Danny Mac. If I ever get a coach's box polo shirt, that could
We
get
gotta
worn.
make some Coach's Box polo shirts.
You know,
Hey, that's not in the fun.
We do have some.
Oh, that's not really in the fun here. Just so you guys know. Yeah, NIL deal for Rogaine. I like it.
I just get off the rails. When you say off the rails.
Hold on. Jarvis had that. The Monets. The
Monet.
Monet.
Where did that
My
go?
wife was selling the Monet.
I know. Why is that not a sponsor of the coach's box? We all can use it.
Because she ain't making any money doing it.
Because she had a kid, Zach. Shut up. All right, talk about Mizzou.
Mizzou. What's
Mizzou.
your predictions?
M-I-Z.
You talked about
Oh,
linemen.
be quiet, Kentucky.
UK all the way.
We didn't get the what is it?
November 5th.
The lineman, the McVey is MCVAY.
Yeah, from East St. Louis.
Didn't get him. He went to Bama.
Yes.
Shocking.
So that would
Well,
that would have been a great pickup.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
But the recruiting classes that we had have been pretty phenomenal. I mean, you look at their schedule. What do you guys think? I mean, we're talking Louisiana Tech, Kansas State, Abilene Christian.
They'll win 7 games.
They're playing Abilene Christian.
Yes, they
Abilene
are.
Christian, Auburn.
Oh my God, that's
Georgia.
like a small school.
So CBC has a tougher schedule in some levels than Mizzou.
CBC's playing Milton, Georgia in the opener out of Hall of Fame Stadium.
Hall of Fame
And you'll be
Stadium.
able to hear about that on our new show tomorrow.
That's right.
noon.
On the move with the
I would
Caravan
say-
football preview.
I would say they're 6-5. They could sneak a 7th game to get bowl eligible.
Who's that against?
It's all going to really depend.
Kentucky?
No.
Oh, they're beating Kentucky
South
this year.
Carolina.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
I think a lot of it's going to have to do with how Brady Cook performs. And I love Brady Cook. I think he's a tremendous, quarterback. So it'll be really interesting to see how he has grown up and grown into the position over the summer. Because he's had some dudes behind him. I mean, you got Tyler Macon, you got the Horn kid from Texas that came in, after baseball season, then started the summer workouts. But if Cook can get going, I still think Burton needs to be on the field as many times as you can put that kid on the field. I think Cody Schroeder, kid from Lutheran South, went to Truman's, was the leading rusher in Division II last year. I think he's going to be the kid that a lot of people are going to watch. But once again, you got a lot of guys that just have not played in the SEC grind and that's where six, maybe seven.
I go to week 2 against Kansas State.
That's going to be a tough game.
That's their make or break.
That's a swing. That's a swing game.
If they win, I think that catapults them, into winning.
Ron Rhodes says 8.
No, they're not winning 8 games.
Listen,
who are they losing to?
I have been.
Just think of half the SEC.
If you're going to say
Georgia, they won't beat Auburn. Where's that game at?
Hey, Auburn. They've got a shot at beating Auburn. The fact that the coach came back is, was a pretty big story with how things were
ended.
I think K-State and Auburn are the 2 swing games. If you win both of those, then I will give Ron Rhodes 8 wins.
7.
If you split those 2,
7 plus a bowl,
it may be
7.
6.
They're not beating Kentucky.
I'm saying 7, including the bowl.
Do you see the look?
Hey, wait! Did you guys make a bet on this last year?
I lost.
He lost.
Did you pay up?
Yes. He did. He did pay
Yes,
up.
I did.
He did pay up.
Hey, it wasn't here.
He did pay up.
Well, it wasn't you. I was paying, wasn't it? I mean, there's a lot of things to go over there at St. Pius the X-Land, and then I don't find out till we get to the show.
Well, it's because you don't read the messages or check emails.
Hey, he's too busy taking a nap
I
on
am
the couch.
worried
Here we
about
go.
educating the Herculaneum students and getting them better at football.
He was trying to figure out his
today
dance.
for a better
He was
tomorrow.
trying to figure out the new dance moves after Brodeel has another 2-hit performance.
That's all we need is 2 hits a night.
Hey, you get 2 hits a night, I'll
And they're
take
still
it.
losing 3-1 right now.
5.
Oh, is it 5 now?
Yeah, it's 5. They gave
Oh,
up a dome.
golly. I'm not going to go back and saying, are we ever going to score a run?
Well, back to what counts in life.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Mizzou.
Not the Cardinals?
No, well, not the way they're playing right now.
But you say
They don't
Mizzou
count.
counts in life?
Well, we're talking about it, and it's part of the show, Riley. Get on board.
Oh, sorry. We root for our home
I'm sorry.
state.
We're not gonna
I still
talk
root
about
for 'em.
Kentucky.
Thought maybe you're an Ohio State fan or something. I don't know.
Hey,
still root.
but do I still root for Mizzou?
I do too.
No, Jarvis.
Unless they play Kentucky.
Ohio State fan.
Because Coach Winkler will correct us.
I root for Mizzou until they play Kentucky. And they will play Kentucky this year in basketball, and I will
But
promise
you're
you
from
I will be
Illinois.
there.
Why do you not root for Illinois? I don't
Because I'm a
understand it.
diehard Kentucky fan since I was this big.
Well,
Okay.
Kentucky probably is.
The question is,
closer.
Probably is
this
the
big?
size
Was it this
of Weston. I was about that
So,
size.
well,
I
I mean,
will
Derek
not do
Jeter
that to
wanted to play for the Yankees, and he lived in Michigan. So,
Hey, guess what happened?
Hey, you got to admit, the captain was a good.
for
It
the
was
Yankees.
good.
was
Oh,
really
my,
good.
My apologies then.
The captain was good.
Well, how many do you think? How many do you think, Zach?
I mean, if you called me Negative Nelly, but I'm going to
Negative
say
Nelly.
I'm going to say in a perfect world they could probably get 8.
Hand me that
Realistic.
Can you just
Realistic.
make a
If they
prediction?
If they make 7 and get to a bowl game, it's probably.
Hand me
good.
that paper. I'll make one.
Where's the schedule?
Hang on, let me look at it for the first time ever.
And then Blair takes the dang thing.
Well, you're over there.
Oh, I at least tell you when I'm not going to be here.
Wow.
Wow.
Bang bang, bang bang.
They might win.
It's a big night here on the coaches' bar.
that's what we do.
I think they'll beat Arkansas 7.
No.
7.
They'll beat Arkansas
I don't think they'll beat Arkansas.
So you said 6?
7.
So, Jim, are you saying 6?
I'm saying 6.
6 plus a bowl.
I'm saying
Or
6. I'm saying 6
All right,
plus.
they're going to
I'm
beat.
saying 7 total.
They're going to beat LA Tech.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they'll win 6 plus a bowl,
They're going to beat Christian.
maybe.
Now, if they don't beat Christian, you're going to see Drink being run out of. It will be Lane Kiffin when he was USC. He won't even make it to the locker room. He will be
Escorted
gone
out.
in the south end zone in the tunnel if they lose that.
Yeah, those people are crazy. Been
I'm
up
going to
there.
say 7 or 8.
Really? That's bold
I
statement,
think they're
Cotton.
going to beat. I think they'll beat LA Tech.
I hope they're 8.
I hope so, too.
I hope it's 8.
Abilene. I think they'll beat.
Did you say Abilene?
Abilene.
Oh, I thought you said Abilene.
I think they'll beat
Abilene?
Florida.
Get your oil change.
I think they're going to beat Vandy. I think they're going to beat South Carolina. I think they're going to whoop the holy living crap out of Kentucky.
Ain't no problems. You guys are
They're going to beat
wait for that
Tennessee. They're going to beat New Mexico State 8.
No.
Yes.
That's before a bowl.
I got a free dinner on that this year.
I'm not betting.
From all of you. Because last year you did. You paid up.
All right, so
So I'm not betting on the Mizzou. As a Mizzou fan, you have to learn to never bet on them because they're going to break your heart. Whether it's 5 downs, whether it's something is going to happen.
Well, last year I felt that.
Last night.
I felt that last year in Kentucky basketball, first round. Yes, I did.
Well,
And I hear
How did you
music.
feel that?
Yeah, it was terrible.
They still had some of the best recruits.
all right. So we're
right,
gonna
Miller,
jump. We're
shut
gonna
up.
go to the break. Bye, Jason.
We will.
Just got I quit.
So we'll be.
We're going to go to commercial.
You're not allowed to quit. You're contractually obligated.
and support our commercials
When did he
of our
start?
sponsors.
Yeah, we got to pay the bills with money we don't have.
Yes, there
to
you
buy
go.
pay-per-view slots. We'll be right back. Coach's Box.
Got a big appetite? Join us at Case and Bucks in Barnhart for all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day of the week. All-you-can-eat Mexican on Mondays. Kids eat free on Tuesdays. All-you-can-eat pasta on Wednesdays. All-you-can-eat meatloaf on Thursdays. And all-you-can-eat fish and shrimp on Fridays. Enjoy our Feed the Crew special on Saturdays, which offers a large one-topping pizza, a pound of wings, toasted wraps, and a large salad, only $29.99. Like our Facebook page and see our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
I'm kind of a social media nerd. I'm also kind of a burglar. The couple that lives here posted online that they're out of town, so I'm turning su casa into mi casa. And if you share every detail of your life on social media, this could be you. So get Allstate, where agents keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by.
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122. Welcome back to segment 3 of the Coach's Box. We were kind of running a little bit long on our times, but you know what? We've had some fun stuff to talk about, and there's going to be probably some more fun stuff to talk about before we finish the show up. We might just go into overtime, guys. I don't know how you all feel about overtime.
I got an AD meeting all the way out of St. Dominic tomorrow morning.
I don't care, Jim.
So I got to go home and go to sleep.
You don't want no after hours?
At 9. After hours.
At 9. After
that
hours.
That means I got to get up at 7.
Oh,
that's way past when I get up.
Jim, if you're looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between the S word and syphilis. And that's where you can find it.
I know.
Before we get into the segment,
remember,
I want you guys to remember to always get your pets spayed neutered. No, but if you are interested, you can enter our contest.
Yes.
To win free Cardinals tickets.
Free!
It doesn't cost you anything. Not a damn dime. You can enter for free. You subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you get a chance to win 2 all-inclusive Cardinals tickets to see the Brewers play the Cardinals
Does
on
giving
September
away
13th.
free tickets give all my information out?
No. We don't give all the information out.
No, not at all.
No, we sure don't.
And then,
that's all I worry about.
And it's free.
So make sure you sign up there. Make sure tomorrow around lunchtime, you tune in and check out our
new show.
Preview show, our new preview show that we'll have on Thursdays. You know, talking about all the great high school matchups that'll take place on Friday night. Then this Friday night.
And wait for it, this Friday night. Zach, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happening Friday night?
Between the Lines and Off the Rails broadcast is going to be streaming for free the St. Pius X football game against visiting Brentwood.
That's right.
Who will be on the call for that?
That's exactly what's happening.
Who will be on the call for that?
These two.
These two knuckleheads.
I thought you were going to jump in, Blair. Aren't
Well,
you going
we're
to be there?
assuming you're going to show up.
He's got herky stuff on, bro.
Does he?
I don't care if he wears herky stuff and does the
Casper,
game.
the friendly ghost.
I was waiting for you guys to say that. I gave you an open ammo there, and you guys took it.
So here's the thing.
I jumped on it.
He's probably working the gate in her game.
First time in 12 years, I'm not.
And I will be in the studio at Fox 2 on Friday night.
Big time. All right, so just so,
everybody, I'm Jim Bowers. I'm on Fox 2.
just so you guys are aware, hey,
Ethan's going to be like, hey, Dad, don't you know that guy?
I'm actually going to put makeup on this week for the first time in 2 days. Foundation on? You know?
Oh my gosh!
You have to on the live big screen, buddy.
Jim, I hate
it's called
to break
theater.
this to you. I hate to break this to you.
I know it ain't helping. I know it ain't helping.
all right, wait,
Claire knows all about theater.
fellas,
I do.
fellas, listen. We've got.
Sorry, we're off the rails.
Oh,
But anyway.
it's okay. Listen, we've got Cardinals tickets we're giving away.
it's for free.
We've got a new show that we're doing for football previews. We've got a broadcast on Friday. And if you add all that together, you carry the 1, subtract the 2, multiply by 5.
And put a 0 on
And
the
you
end.
put a 0 on the end. How much does it cost, Jason Jarvis?
Well, in our market, it's free.
You're damn right. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. Not a dime. We're not charging you. Because, hey, I don't understand what the hell I'm doing, but you know what? We're doing it. We're just not going to charge anything.
Coach Winkler would like to know where he can catch the show tomorrow at noon. It will be
it will
be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Twitter. We'll have it tweeted out over Twitter.
Yep. You can see it on Streamline Sports.
And we'll see it on Streamline Sports.
Bingo.
So I can watch this on all that stuff?
You can watch on all of it, even at the same time.
YouTube, everything.
Jarvis, you can ignore absolutely all of it.
No,
because
I'm going to
Jarvis is
watch
gonna
it. Jim's on there.
Wait.
He's going to put it on the screen in his classroom and make kids watch it.
No.
Here is your public events or your current events for a Thursday.
I had that class today.
All you have to do is have every single student in your class get on there, and they can comment on it.
Coach Boss, I just got to put it out there, you and Coach Hunter, that this hat right here that I have on my head, Mr. Jim Powers would like one of those, and I guarantee you might see it on his head one Friday night on Fox 2 News.
Or you may see it on a Thursday
Is he
afternoon.
even watching the show?
Could be that, too.
Is he watching the show?
Never know.
Neither one of those people are watching.
I promise you one of them are.
Hey, we don't have that many people watching. All of our numbers are fake, and that's
Coach
just the way it
Winkler,
is.
Because we don't know the market.
Coach Winkler's going to watch the show and then he's going to go take a nap.
Yeah. Hey, wait. How many views do we have on our broadcast Friday?
Well over 400.
Yeah, well, it's still, and it's growing. All right, so anyway, segment 3. Go ahead.
So
Get in there, Zach. Get in there,
In
Zach.
the interest of time,
here
we'll
we
cut out
go.
some
Yep,
stuff.
here it
But
goes.
here's the topics that I wanted to debate. Okay, so listen. Jarvis over there.
He's taking a nap.
Remember, you said I'm the oldest other than Jim.
Hold on. Hey, just
Took
get his
a
Depends.
melatonin back
That's why
at
Jim-
6:30.
He came over. He changed his Depends before he came over. He got the salve. He got the salve rubbed on it nice. Tara Lynn rubbed the salve, and now he's ready for bed.
He's bringing my wife in it. He can't even go to Hooters.
Don't need to.
Oh, golly.
There,
Ladies and
Miller.
gentlemen,
Is
thank you so
that
much for
TikTok
tuning
worthy?
in. Good
Is that
night.
TikTok worthy? You said we needed some TikTok stuff.
I doubt that was very politically correct.
Zach, I got a question. Call on me. Where did she put the salve?
I was thinking
On his hiney.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
I gotta keep the chafing from happening. Oh my god.
Anyway. So I digress. So here's your debatable topic.
All right, debatable
Too late for that.
Here's your debatable topic. All right.
Holy hell.
And I'm pretty sure Jarvis and I will probably disagree again.
No way.
All right. So
He'll do it on purpose now. but go ahead.
No matter what, even if I agree with him, I agree with him ever again.
if you ever get a chance on HBO Max, you can watch the Hard Knocks series. It's really great. I hope Detroit does really well this year. I led head coach. Excellent. I think he's doing a really good job. He brought up a point on episode 2, and I thought this would be a really cool debatable topic. So, if you were in charge of building a program or drafting, my question to you is this. If you're creating a roster, would you draft a more talented player that's on a bad program or plays for a bad college team, or pick a lesser talented player from a winning program? How are you building your team? How are you drafting? You going to take the talented player that doesn't know how to win, or are you taking the lesser talented player that's part of a winner?
Well, it depends on the level of talent. Because if they're that good, then I can plug them into my system and we can be competitive. I mean, you got to think when you take a good quarterback and you put him on your bad team, you instantly become better just because he's a better quarterback than the guy who you just
Name
replaced.
a good quarterback that won in college, though.
That didn't win?
Yeah, that didn't win in college.
Andrew Luck didn't win a bunch of games.
Okay, and where's he at?
Well,
he had a pretty good career at Indy before he got hurt.
Yeah, and
he's not here anymore.
He walked away on his own.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You asked the question. It was a
You asked about building a program.
Right.
What's that got to do with the
Is this? Here's my question.
I know he's not there anymore. I do pay attention.
Is this an expansion team, like you're starting from scratch, or an established team that has been basically god-awful horrible for the last 5-6 years, and you're basically starting from scratch?
However you want. I was envisioning saying, hey, all of the players are put into a pool, and all 30-some-odd teams...
Do they have floaties?
Get to pick.
Yeah, get to pick.
They're in a pool.
How are you going to build a team? How do you build your roster?
Well, I personally think that, I'm going to take the less talented kids that are going to work hard and do what you ask them to do, because here's the thing is if winning is what it's all about at the end of the day, I think you can create a winning culture by kids that are less talented but work hard. You can win with less talented kids than you can with more talented kids.
Go ahead, Jarvis.
I personally think that. I do.
Go ahead, Jason.
I've seen it happen.
So Barry Sanders was a bad leader and a bad player, and
but he's won.
If I'm building,
What did he win? Answer that. What did he win besides individual accolades?
Nothing.
And you're telling me if I'm drafting a team, I'm not going to take someone like Barry Sanders because he played on a bad team?
No.
Okay. So
yeah,
I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on what I was saying. I'm gonna take the best talent that I can with maybe the higher picks. My mid-level selections are going to reinforce my depth and plug those holes where I can take a guy who's, let's say he played for the Ohio State University.
He said it right. I'm proud of him.
And let's say he was a second or third team All-American,
Right.
but he's not. He's a tweener kind of kid, play linebacker. I can go ahead and draft him. We can coach him up in a couple of years. He can be a starter for us, and we have him under team rookie control, rookie contract, and we build our depth. It's what the Patriots do. They take those draft picks and they go and get players from winning programs, and they turn around and plug them into the system, and they make them and they coach them up. But you have an opportunity to go out and get a generational talent or a top 5. You can't miss this kind of pick. You have to go and draft them because they don't come around. You can instantly become better in those skill positions.
I agree with Chris on that one because that is how the Patriots built their team.
Sure.
You look at the Cleveland Browns. They tried going the route of taking the best guy possible, and what did that do for them? Not
It got a factory of sadness.
Yes, exactly, without a doubt. But since they've kind of changed that philosophy a little bit, now once again you don't have a starting quarterback for the next 11 weeks.
Sure, you do.
Okay, whatever. But at least
traded him away.
But at least
Got rid of him.
They're building the right way in using those mid-level picks to do some things with, because you said it, Chris, they're coachable. They're hungry. They want to succeed. And I'll go to Hard Knocks real quick. That the wide receiver they featured last night, Plimpton. Boy, I tell you what, I hope that kid makes the team.
Yeah.
Because you know what, the clips that they showed of him and how he was working and conducting his business on the field, I was thoroughly impressed. I'm rooting for that kid as an unrestricted signee. He wasn't even drafted.
Yeah.
The linebacker
is awesome.
going to start. Is going to start.
Yep.
And that's what Detroit's doing and how they're approaching
But
it.
his question was, would you rather draft a lesser talent
from a winning
program?
Yeah, it depends on the draft pick.
And it depends on the draft pick, and I think it depends on the position at need for your team.
Bingo. Yeah.
So if I'm drafting and I need a wide receiver, I already have my quarterback established, and that legit stud is there, and he didn't play on a winning team, but I know he is the type of receiver that I need, I'm probably going to take that guy.
Well, look at Detroit. Speaking of them, I mean, they had that stretch for like 4 years where they drafted a wide receiver in the first round. And the last one I think they took was Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
And they didn't need wide receivers, but there's Calvin Johnson. So we're gonna get Megatron and put him out here.
Yes.
And by the way, they played at Georgia Tech. I don't think they were 5 or 6
Yeah,
games.
they didn't win a whole lot.
Yeah, they didn't win a whole lot.
But he was an amazing talent.
Yeah, right. On a bad team.
On a bad team, and then after they had him and Stafford, all of a sudden the Lions are in the playoffs.
It really has to deal with what you need, what your team needs.
And what about positions? So do you differ in, let's say, your line than maybe your skill players or your
running backs
or your offense versus your defense?
I'm going to draft. I'm not going to draft a running back high ever again.
No.
It's a pass happy league anyway.
Well, there's too many guys that can do it.
And running backs longevity in the NFL has gone from 7 years. You're lucky if you get 4 years out of a top elite level running back.
So why do I want to waste that kind of money and sign him long term? Go ahead, test free agent market,
from scratch though. I mean, I'm drafting a quarterback. This is a quarterback league. I'm getting, and it's got to. I mean, and I'm gonna want it. I might not want to draft that stud from a losing team. Most quarterbacks that are good though are winners. So
winners,
I mean, yeah.
But they may not have nothing around them.
Quarterback, I don't care. In the league, if you don't have a good quarterback, I mean, look at Seattle.
Yeah,
all right. They
now or
right
before?
Now,
they're in trouble.
They're saying Pete Carroll said on ESPN today that, well, I have 2 number ones. I'm just happening to decide.
If you have 2 number ones, you don't have a number one.
You don't have a number one.
You don't have a number one.
And the other place, and I'm sorry, you guys, this may be the unpopular position, offensive line. You can't do anything unless you have dudes that can play the offensive line.
I agree.
Yeah, except you can go to the Super Bowl and get your butt kicked.
Well, we've seen that in years past.
It's all last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Offensive line, though, you can. The mid-tier picks find some guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, you can create them.
You can coach them up.
I mean, look at the Rams. When the Rams were in St. Louis, they took Orlando Pace.
Yes.
That was.
And where did he go to college at?
I was just going to ask, where did he go to school?
Why did you have to bring up of all people?
Because,
but he was a generational talent.
He was a generational talent.
Hall of Famer.
But
I think you can take offensive linemen and you can coach them up, but you guys. I mean, I think there is so much more parity between talent in college football now because you have kids that are playing at schools you never heard of. I mean, just look at what Deion's doing down there.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
I mean, guys are going to go play at these places.
To watch them. I want to watch them.
But
they're fun. They are so much.
There are these guys that are diamonds in the rough, or they weren't highly recruited out of high school, so you don't know who they are, or maybe they didn't get on TV a lot, so people didn't scout them in the NFL. There's talent out there, and then coaches do a good job of taking the film that they have, breaking it down, and say, "Hey, we can play this guy, and we can. Here's what he's good at. If we can fix this, all of a sudden we've got a guy that we think can play." And again, you take those guys, you either make them into starters or you fill depth. But I'm going to go with, if I have the ability to draft Calvin Johnson and I don't need a wide receiver, I'm going to go draft him. Sorry, I'm going to go get the guy that's a once-in-a-generation talent.
Well,
there aren't a lot of them out there, I will say that. But there are guys there.
But when you look at the overall picture, I think is just being on a winnable team and maybe not being
winnable, so they won.
So, but also maybe not having the most talent, but being on a winnable team that has won and have success. Does that translate when you're on a team that maybe doesn't have that talent, but I'm talented, but they don't have that talent around me, so how good can I really be?
Now, what about the different
I might be just mediocre
of
at that point.
So let's take the bottom of the barrel teams or the bottom of the barrel programs at the NFL level compared to the upper echelon. If you're in that bottom of the barrel, do you say, okay, maybe round 1, 2 max, we're going to try and find a generational talent, but anybody else, even our unsigned, unrestricted free agents, or our rookies that didn't get picked up in the draft, I think I'm going to go, hey, did they go play for Bama? I'm going to go and try and get Bama's third stringer.
Sure.
Because, 1, he's won. 2, he obviously is pretty good to go to Bama.
And he's been coached.
You look at Detroit, the lineman, easy. Yeah. Played at Michigan, had a terrific season last year. Kids only played football for 3 years. But they took a flyer on him in the late rounds. I don't know if he's going to make the team, but the kid's working hard, and can he be coached up? I mean, shoot, as much as it pains me to say it, he had a heck of a year for Michigan last year. He absolutely destroyed Ohio State in that game.
So go ahead, Zach.
Right.
We got, I think, one more thing.
Yeah, last one, because I know you're wanting to get out of here. It's past bedtime.
It's past my bedtime anyway.
All right, now, say it.
I think he has to do a lot more work in the morning, probably.
Okay.
I got some work I got to do in the morning.
So,
hey, Dad may have called him down to the farm before he goes.
Before he drives the bus in the morning.
I'm off camera.
It's California howdy over there. All right, so
sleeping for Annapolis as soon as we're done here.
I was talking that we are the #1 sports podcast show on the internet
ever
in Jefferson County.
In Jefferson County on what? Wednesday nights.
Wednesday, Thursdays, it's whatever, slash day, whatever.
All right, so if you were going to do fantasy football, it could be a PPR league or not. Okay, however, if you had the first pick for fantasy football, who are you taking? And
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, boy.
Oh, 11 games. 11 games now.
Hey, whose new theme song is Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'.
Oh,
The bad thing is,
So if he was a baseball player, that'd be his walk-up. Yes, I can
He's going to get a lot of touches, Zach.
Oh, man.
I'm taking a running back first out of the gate.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking a running back.
Who?
The guy from Indianapolis.
You had the first. Okay.
Was it Taylor? There we go.
I had him last year, and then he got hurt, and then all of a sudden I go from first in my league to last within 3 weeks.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
bad
But
general managing.
I don't know. I need to get thinking about it.
You did draft well in those mid-rounds to get your depth.
By the way, we will be having a Coaches Box Fantasy League run by Chris Miller.
No,
No, I would take, in first round, I would take Taylor from Indianapolis running back.
You're the very first pick. Who's your very first pick? So you're taking Taylor.
I would take Taylor.
Really? Who you taking?
If I'm not taking a running back,
I don't know.
I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna take. Here's why.
you betting on him? You betting on yourself too?
Yeah, because
Okay.
here's why. I go back to like the last time I ever played fantasy football, and I took Cam Newton. I had the #1 pick. Took Cam Newton back then. Same type of player. Okay. One, he's going to get lots of rushing yards. He's going to get rushing touchdowns.
Oh, he's going to give you
he's
points
gonna give
all
you
over
points
the place.
that way.
True.
And then he's also going to throw, get touchdowns. And then on top of that, they're probably going to be behind quite a bit most games. So then maybe he's
What are
going
you trying to say?
Well,
He's got to complete those passes sometimes too. You know,
or he can just
you throw it to a tight end every single time. Hey, you know what? If I don't draft Taylor, I'm drafting like Mahomes.
Yeah,
That's all there is to it. I'm going quarterback.
I agree.
If Taylor goes in the first couple picks, I'm picking maybe fourth or fifth.
You
then
have
I
the
go
first
Mahomes.
pick, Jim.
Okay. All right.
I was about to say, Jim.
You had the first.
Hold on,
pick.
no. You know what this is? This is exactly like, hey, Jarvis.
7-1, by the way.
Hey, and Chris, you've taught.
Wagering
and you're
zero
in education.
offense.
Hey, so Jarvis, let me ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
So, what do you do when students don't do homework assignments?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Wait a minute. Is this the next debatable topic?
This is him
this
roasting
is not.
me right now.
No, this is roasting every single person
Oh, I
at
know exactly
this
what-
table
yeah.
right now. Because you all, I
Yourself
asked you
included?
guys, no, not
No.
me.
Oh, no.
Because I was the one giving
Because
the
he's asking the
assignment.
question.
Well, hey, he doesn't even remember. He's you know.
Sleeping.
What were you?
I was
what were
probably
you all
coaching
supposed
football.
to do? What? No. What were you all supposed
Okay,
to
so
do?
can I
First pick. You got the first round overall pick in a fantasy draft. Who would you take, Jarvis?
Yeah, let's answer this and then we'll
Well,
get
you guys said who everyone's saying.
Taylor.
I mean, is Taylor.
to a very debatable topic.
And if it's not, I don't know.
That's slate.
Some people.
It's one of the two. It's Taylor, Mahomes, or maybe Rodgers.
I think Derrick Henry is going to be a bounce back guy, and they don't.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
Roll Tide.
I don't know if they're going to be very good.
I don't know.
And that's what worries me about Henry.
Hey, what? Just because the Big Ten can't win in the college playoffs, I don't want to hear it.
It's time to turn the music on before I start.
Well, if I'm going
Cups at you.
The
I don't know.
Thank you.
So
Depends on what your first pick is and where you're at.
Put the
It's
Buckeyes.
gonna make it is.
Put some respect in your mouth when it comes to the Buckeyes.
You are the number. You have the number one pick.
Oh,
But
the
what do
number
I
one
have?
picks. It's got to be Taylor.
Okay.
But what do you have?
This side of the room, this side of the class.
It's the
is
AARP
differentiated.
table.
This side of the room
Hey,
is differentiated.
you did not
instruction.
get. Hey, you did not read my
No,
504.
when I answered it first time, Zach,
And you went there. And you went there.
He's not the learning
It's
consultant,
okay.
Jason. Sorry.
Oh, you would have had.
And that's why I understand this.
You would have had it written in front of me so I could see it, not just out loud.
I had to take away options.
Yes.
options.
True or false? It's holding up some numbers. It's holding up some
True.
And there's the music, ladies and gentlemen.
So real quick, just to give a little backstory here, and we'll start the music.
A lot of times in fantasy, though, there is just one that is the number one guy.
Yeah.
And everyone is saying Taylor.
So Zach tells us in our group chat, because I'm sure Jason doesn't remember it.
Without doubt.
Hey, I did like the kids. I looked at my phone, too.
Zach gave everybody something he wanted
you
us
can
to
have
do
one of those in
over
your
the
room?
weekend.
Yes, what's our homework over the weekend?
You already had it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. And you didn't do it. And
I
you didn't do
didn't
it.
know
and
we
you
did
I didn't do it either.
He even was told a second time to do it. Oh, we'll do it. That'll be good.
He
And
didn't
still
know
doesn't.
I was on the farm.
Yes, you did.
You're on the group message.
Never mind.
I don't always read everything on
There you go.
I apologize.
That's
I apologize. I was wrong. I will take the bullet and say, I'm sorry,
I
Zach.
forgot all about
didn't
it.
do
I
my
did not
homework.
do the assignment. Because I was worried about educating Herculaneum blackheads.
Educate today for a better tomorrow.
That's right, sir.
That must be your
So we
vision
will save
statement.
that
schedule.
for another week. We will save what we wanted to do for another
Let's do it
Okay.
Monday. Let's do it next week.
Well, that would require everybody doing it.
Oh, yeah, true.
But here's what we
Are we
can
doing
do.
a new one?
If
I have
we
no
have any
idea.
people that are still
Neither do I. Hey, the two old fogies over here don't know what the hell's going on. What's the damn assignment?
Can we get him some insure, please?
We'll put it. Zach will put it back on the
Literally AARP right here.
The music one. Top 3 music.
Yeah.
Music.
All right.
It's
So
a music thing.
So Zach, just real quick. Jim apologized. I apologize for nothing.
No.
Just not a damn thing. No.
So when he picks up after this and we all go home, and we apologize for nothing.
Hold on.
No. What I'll do is let you guys all show up and say, yeah, we're going to do the show, and I won't show up. And I won't tell anybody that I'm not showing up.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
That's right. That's how you do things.
It's like, where's Miller at? I don't know what we're doing. We got the show.
He pulled the Blair.
I'm just gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Never
I'm gonna go Jim Powers
Holy
on
crap.
Fox 2 Friday. Do Not Disturb, and just let you guys just sit there and go, I don't know if we're having the show or not.
So anybody that's watching this show on Friday Night Power,
Friday night, 10:13, Fox 2, be there.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be there, all right.
And my phone will not be on the desk this week.
How many? The question is how many missed texts / calls will Jim have?
Over under right now.
Oh, it depends on
We're
how
gonna
many we
set it-
pulled in.
Exactly. Let's set the bar at 25.
Hey,
Jim, are you going over or under?
Over.
Oh, it's going to be over.
Hey, you gotta go with a higher number.
I'm going high.
because there might be 25 from each one of them.
well, since you know all the info, where's the Fox 2 morning thing at this week? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know that yet.
I know when it's coming to
I know where it's
Black
going to be
Cat Land.
September 2nd.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where they're going to open things
you need
up
that
at.
hat.
I need that hat. So,
You need to be down at
Coach,
in a Black Cat Land on
Got-
September 2nd.
got to hook a brother up, Coach.
All right, we're getting ready. We're gonna jump out of here.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have the after hours.
We're
The
starting
old-
talking about Herky and
The old,
all right, time to wrap up the show. You guys care about your education?
We gotta get the
all
10
right.
now. We gotta get the 10.
The old man's got to go home and go to bed.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that's me.
Jason's got to go home and go to bed.
No, not Jason.
All right. So, in case you were deaf or you were too busy trolling us, we have a Cardinals ticket giveaway. Make sure that you guys enter to win that. Doesn't matter if you like us, don't like us, but you got to follow us on YouTube in order to be eligible. Anybody can.
Hey,
Blair, how much does it cost?
Free.
It's free.
Hey, and there's a
Whether
reason
they
why.
like the show or not.
There is a
free.
reason why they're following us.
Because
They must
love us
enjoy
being-
our show.
They must enjoy the show because we're off the rails.
It's off the rails.
Off The Rays.
And if you're not doing anything tomorrow at noon, or if you want to watch it later, guess what? We have a new preview show. It's On the Move with the Caravan. It's presented by Off the Rails Media and Scoops with Danny Mac. That'll be airing tomorrow around noon. Just making sure that everybody knows about that. And one more thing, just in case you didn't pay attention either to the assignment.
Like you.
Shut up. Between the Lines broadcast of Friday Night Football, we'll have the Brentwood Eagles traveling to the St. Pius X Lancers. That game starts at 7. Pre-game's going to be about 6:30ish.
Whenever you get set up, because I ain't helping you.
Whoa! Oh, I can't. Zach, it's so much fun.
Blair, you better be there.
Did he forget?
Yeah, he might. You can watch all those on our same outlets. Facebook, YouTube. We'll have links on Twitter. You can watch it on Streamline Sports. You can download that and watch it on Roku, Fire TV. You can get it on Apple and Android. So, for all the guys here, appreciate you guys showing up. Thanks to Jim for being a part of the show tonight. And we will see you guys next week on a tape delay show on Wednesday. Everybody have a great night. God bless.
Yes.
Thanks for watching another rib-tickling, gut-busting, epic episode of The Coach's Box. Please like, share, and follow.